It's leg day. By the end of this video, you should have this standing in front of you. Please be sure to watch the whole video so that you don't miss any part on how to assemble or tune the parts properly. Okay, you can load up your plate like some people do and just print all at once, or you can do it like I do, which is to make smaller groups of parts together and print them out in series. It reduces the rate of failure. In terms of layer height, we're going to be doing 0.1, 2, and below, also known as super quality in Kira. In terms of the orientation, everything is already pre-oriented to make sure that you get the optimal results from your print. But if you want to change them, do what you need to do. The following parts listed above will need the specified percentages of infill. Because they are the wear and tear parts of the Caractacus, they need a little extra. Otherwise, everything else can just be the usual 20 to 25%. Slight tangent, the hydraulic pistons, I like to do them in silk PLA because they make a nice metallic color, and instead of painting them and watching the paint rub off, this will actually retain its surface and finish, and it looks really sharp. And here it all is again. I have my usual tools as I did last time, but in addition today we're going to need 6/32 by 1/2 inch screws and nuts, and the original 6/32 by 3/8 inch screws and nuts, some PLA filament, and TPU filament. Some parts have supports that I designed that are meant to be broken away. You can just snap them off and file to finish. Now we are going to assemble the legs in sections. We'll start with the waist, upper leg, and then lower leg. And here we can see how it's all assembled. The green posts represent PLA that is used to either guide parts in or hold parts together. The glue icon, of course, shows you where the glue goes, and the red parts represent either the screw or the nut that is used in the model. So on the legs, there are 4 joints, and they're kind of like ratchet joints. They have these little paddles that move in and out with teeth on them that interlock with the joint and provide pressure. Here you can see what the little paddles look like. You may notice that they are not all uniformly the same, they're specific to the joint. And each one of them has a little piece of TPU on either side in order to add the pressure necessary to make it work. When you add the TPU to the ratchet paddles, you want them to sit slightly above the edge so it grips the joints. If the joints are too loose, that means your TPU is not long enough, so you'll have to recut it. Ideally, the joint should be stiff enough that when you pose it, the model should maintain its stance. In the event that the joints are too tight, you can lay a piece of sandpaper down and sand the TPU until it gives you the proper fit and feel that you want. In the process of making this video, I actually developed a TPU-free joint paddle that seems to work pretty well. If you'd like to try them, please go back to www.voltage3d.net and re-download the files. This definitely reduces the amount of work that you'll probably have to do. As you can see, they just simply drop in and they give a pretty decent amount of pressure. I'm actually quite happy with them and I'll probably be using this design in the future. The hips are pretty self-explanatory. You may notice on the side of the hip bowl that there are some grooves where you can put TPU. It's not necessary, but it helps smooth out the motion and adds a little traction. Finally, with a few turns of a screwdriver, we can tighten up the joint to our satisfaction. And everything's okay. Well, there it is. You made the legs, and they are looking good. So next time we're going to do the torso for this guy, and that should finish him up. And then we just have to paint him and put him on the tabletop or on the shelf, your choice. Either way, if you like what you saw here, you know what to do. And I'll see you next time.